Hello everyone and welcome back to SVSU Rocket League Esports. We're back with SVSU Rocket League Red in the round 2 of Nationals playing against Marywood University. Or college, can't remember. Just note it's Marywood.
We know it's Marywood, yes. The origin of the name, we don't know. Save from Camo and a shot from Slappa.
As a little bit of a recap, SVSU Red team obviously won the first match to get him here. They won it 3-2. Our SVSU B team was swept, unfortunately, in the first round of Nationals. And we have our SVSU white team, I said B team, but SVSU blue team got swept in Nationals. Jacob with the first goal of the game.
For Marywood, yep. Just nice play off the wall there from J Marsh to get that pass. Able to find enough room to get that shot off, too. Well, probably Marywood University. You.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go.
Marywood
now
University.
you know, yeah. So, yeah,
So
B team got swept in the first round. Heard it was some close games, but so they are out of playoffs. And C team at the moment is actually playing their first game. So they win, we'll be back streaming. But if not, oh well.
Yeah, SVSU white is playing currently at 9 p.m. and they're playing University of Denver.
Ooh, Denver.
No, interesting.
We just played West Virginia, now we're doing Denver. Like John Denver, West
yeah.
Virginia, you know?
I didn't even think about that.
There you go.
Bobby going for a demo. Bobby going for a bump on J Marsh. Interesting that there's a J Marsh and a J May. J May is actually still Camo, just a different account. Actually, no, he's playing as Camo.
Here, yeah.
No J May. Ignore what I just said.
Camo getting a good save from J Marsh there.
Camo passing it up off that back wall, looking for it.
Ooh, but
back
just
over
hit.
to Bobby.
Yeah, from the Marywood player.
Bobby's gonna give himself a little bit of a setup. Gets red. Knocks it down. He's looking for it. Slappa.
That's a great name.
That is a great name. We got Jacob, Slappa, and J Marsh. Looking for that demo. Doesn't quite get it. Bobby's left his last man. Has time to send it back away. Over to Jacob. Pass is going to get knocked out. I've noticed very heavily in this first 2 minutes, maybe it's just coincidence, they seem to play off that corner crease where the wall meets the ceiling a lot. Save from J Marsh on Camo's shot. Bobby sending that one back over to Near. Looks like it could have been dangerous.
Yeah, I was kind of confused. I'm like, what are we doing here, Bobby? You know?
I think he was realized that there was no better option than to just ask Near for help.
Yeah.
A little bit of a pitching play, sends the ball into the midfield. Near meets it and gets a 50 with J Marsh. J Marsh ends up demoing. He's going to be back over to Bobby. Jacob meeting it, trying to find a little bit of a read, not committing too much.
In. Bobby though with the save. Near.
Playing very heavily in SVSU's defensive. This is going to be a tough game.
Slap with the demo on Near and Camo now with the demo on J Marsh.
Lots of offsetting demos. See a 50 here, very high up in the midfield. Bobby has good control here. Pinches it back over to Near. We'll see what he can do with it here. Bobby scores!
Nice shot from Bobby off of the fast rolling ball from the ceiling. 1-1 tie game here. Yeah, I mean, those ones are kind of really hard to read and
impossible to save.
Yeah, impossible to save once you hit them correctly like that, and Bobby just does just that. 1-1, 2-10 remaining.
Slappa bouncing this one over. Gives Near a good first touch, but Near gets bumped away. Really good on Slappa to bump him away like that. Jacob leaving a ball in the midfield. Bumped on Bobby.
It's Camo now.
Camo almost got bumped by his own teammate.
Near got demoed by Slappa. Jacob demos Bobby. Man, a lot of, Marywood seeming like they're a very bump and demo heavy team.
Very physical team, yeah. It can leave you open.
Ooh,
what a save.
Like
and
Bobby
scores!
Once again, that's the lead.
Very close game here so far. We have a minute and 39 played. And this is a stark difference from last game. Last game was a lot of kickoff goals. Now we have both teams scoring off of passing plays and everything. And
yeah, kind of settling in and then really trying to get a good passing play through. But yeah, SVSU, just like that, 2 goals in relatively quick succession. And
Bobby gets it past J Marsh. Camo goes to meet it Near. A little bit of a slow roller over to Jacob. Jacob has really good possession. Gets bumped away.
Slappa with Bobby. Bobby clears it.
He's going to get sent back in by J Marsh. J Marsh sending a pinch to the middle. Near sends it away. This is going to be back towards Jacob. Jacob has the flip reset. Gets it. Passing play. Read by Bobby. Good save.
Nice patience by Bobby. Wait for that shot.
This could be dangerous again.
Near getting it out of there, though.
Needing to have a man on the midfield line to be able to receive that clearing pass. I know it can definitely be very dangerous in situations. You've got to be careful with it, but
Camo throws us into the other corner. Bobby just barely got a tap on that one.
And that made it bounce weird.
Yeah, that was
over near a little bit of a bump. Does pick up that boost, but isn't able to make a shot happen thanks to a little bit of a teammate bump. Jacob meeting it on the wall. Actually, J Marsh.
Near. Don't forget,
It's
it's
a good midfield pass. Bobby up one more. Can he get a double tap on this?
Oh,
he cannot.
no. The Camo goes for the shot, but it's saved by Slapper.
And Bobby's trying to recover. There's no SVSU defensive men back right now.
Nice.
Camo gets back.
Nice play by Camo, though.
Saw Bobby had a little bit of a trouble recovering. He bounced off the back of his car, making it awkward. Off this mid wall, near. Bobby with a save.
Little no
10
boost
seconds
on that
remaining.
save from Bobby.
J Marsh sends it back, and there's nobody in goal.
Oh, and
it's tied up with 7 seconds left. Such a
J Marsh, what a goal here.
definitely an awkward thing.
Just right spot. Oh, you know, yeah, if Near had the boost, he would have been there. Camo's just too far away to get that too. 2-2. 7 seconds. I mean, we might see a goal here. Never say never, right? But this might be going to overtime.
We saw a lot of kickoffs, kickoff goals last. See, might be something crazy here.
Oh, it's broken up. Near might have be able to keep it up. Camo's keeping up in the corner though. Ah, this one might hit the ground. There
down.
It is.
Overtime.
That was
game
close.
1.
That was
Very
a close opportunity from SVSU though.
You don't see too many game 1 overtimes.
No, not really. It's really interesting too, the way this game has gone.
I think the big difference is the fact that both of these teams have already played a series. A lot of times those game 1s seem like one team needs to take some time to settle in.
I know this is weird because I'm used to transitioning to another team, but we're still an A team, you know.
Right.
And you can tell these guys are pretty much locked in.
Demo
score! Near!
SVSU Red taking match 1 of your round 2 in nationals. Crucial demo.
That's like the only demo that SVSU's gotten in this game, and that is totally what led to the victory here. I mean, great win from SVSU. Once again, taking game 1, which I feel is important for this team to start winning those game 1s, and they've done that now twice in a row tonight.
Extremely important. Bobby. Can we talk about Bobby?
Let's talk about Bobby. 2 goals, 4 saves, 3 shots.
700 points.
Yeah, top on the team here. Yeah.
I just talked about Bobby at the end of our last match. I was talking about how Bobby kind of became the unsung hero of I can't say the unsung hero. That makes it sound like he carried. They all carried their own weight, but Bobby's really showing up. I mean, 2 goals, the 4 saves. It's fantastic to see.
Yeah, I mean, very good plays from all around from SVSU. Very close game. I just found it interesting that, with Marywood, they had that 1 goal pretty quick, start off the game. That one right at the end to start off the finish. Well, not even finish the game, but finish regulation to force it into an overtime. And yeah, you're kind of hoping if you're SVSU to try and get those quick goals, kind of like what you were doing beforehand. They got those 2 quick goals and keep that offense going, keep that pressure going because it was working in SVSU's favor. And yeah, it's weird because Marywood though, you can tell they're playing a very bump heavy, demo heavy game, but it seems like it hasn't created as many opportunities. So it's almost as if they're bumping and demoing at times where it's not as advantageous for them.
It's very complicated to say. I mean, at the very beginning in the first minute of the match, Marywood got that first goal. They were playing all the offense in SVSU's corner.
Yeah.
It looked like SVSU was pretty well choked out for a minute, but they were able to respond and get it past. And my nerves were definitely calmed down a lot of the even standings of
Bobby
the game.
would have read
Bobby
there
with
by
a
J
great
Marsh.
save.
Yep.
And so, yeah, just as you said, the bumps aren't coming at opportune times.
Nothing clear by Bobby.
Yeah, great clear by Bobby.
He's still with it.
Has a little
Gets
bit of a
the boost.
breakaway. Has to get it past Jacob.
Makes the read. No! Save from J Marsh.
Almost had a nice solo play.
Bobby all alone, yeah. Like, as we were just talking about too, right? But no, I totally get what you're saying about being a little bit scared for that game 1, but I guess we'll see if Marywood's heavy aggressive style will pay off for them in game 2 here, or if SVSU can triumph once more.
Yeah, demos are a very live by the sword, die by the sword mentality, because there's plenty of times where a demo will leave you heavily out of position, and if you don't get that demo goal, well then it's a very easy, just slow roller goal.
But like you saw from SVSU's overtime winner in game 1, that demo totally led to that win.
Absolutely.
That demo didn't happen, we'd still be in overtime. At that moment.
Yeah.
At that moment, I mean.
I know.
If I'd been in overtime, it'd be crazy, though.
It'd be awesome.
I mean, for us it'd be awesome.
Slappa getting a really good pinch off of that corner, the ceiling corner, to get it past Camo. Near's going to have to send this one back over. J Marsh, realizing that, continues to play
Camo
contest.
and Near kind of going for it.
And we see a lot of tennis being played in the corner.
Yeah, it's kind of in the
This is going to
corner.
drop down. Don't go in.
Hits the back wall, though. Who's going to go for this, though?
Nobody.
J Marsh scores. I'm
That's,
kind of shocked by this. He had two SVSU guys right there. I don't know what was going on.
I know. I can see why Bobby wouldn't, because boost.
No boost, and Camo just kind of right there. I feel like you got to be like, Camo, go, you know? Go get that one. But
And that was a very
kind of an
quick
awkward play, too.
Yeah, very quick succession play. Who knows what's going on there in the comms.
Great recognition, though, by J Marsh to get that shot off.
Bobby.
Oh, that almost went in off an error
Did.
from Marywood.
He's going for demos. Bobby gets a demo.
He's near now.
It's past that second man.
Demo respawns,
Looks
though,
like,
right?
Yeah, looks like the danger
with him.
is cleared. Pass over to
Uh-oh.
Slappa. Over past
Popping it
J
up.
Marsh is going to be back towards Slappa. Ammo.
Camo clearing it.
Jacob's going to be there to receive this one, sending it back forward before he gets demoed, sent away.
Oh, what a touch from Slappa there. 2-goal lead now from Marywood.
Yeah, really good goal touch from Slappa here. Just wave dash into the. You got to give credit.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
pretty
if
technical.
not, that ball is just slowly bouncing, and someone will be there for the SVSU side of things to save that. But very nice hit, very nice goal. Marywood up 2-0 now, game 2.
TJ Marsh hoping to go off the wall, but not having the boost. It's going to be met by Slappa. Jacob. Near missing that corner. Clear is going to send Camo up to go for it. And Bobby gets it past. A little bump on J Marsh. J
Trying to
Marsh
get that
uses it
boost.
to recover. This is going to be sent back. Near does get a demo on Slappa. Not sure where Bobby's at right now. Camo not getting the 50 he was looking for. It's sent back towards the midfield. This should be fielded by Slappa.
Comes near, sending it to the one side of the field. J Marsh up to receive it and slap.
Yeah, a little bit of a double commit there. Another double commit
SVSU,
there.
yeah. Double commits.
Having some strange happenings here.
Camo going for another demo.
Demo gets sent
Bobby.
over near his boost list. We'll see what happens here.
Ooh,
A whole
broken up
lot-
by Jacob.
Not a whole lot of anything.
Might have an
and-
empty
yeah,
netter here. Man, this is weird. It's like every time SVSU gets a demo now, it's going against their favor.
Yeah,
Kind of just like you said in game 1. It's almost like SVSU's trying to match Marywood from game 1.
right.
But the roles are kind of reversed here in game 2. It's 3-0 Marywood.
I mean, like I just said, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, and I'm not sure if mass demos are what SVSU wants here in this. I know I'm always like, we want more demos, we want more demos. I don't think this is a situation where you want a lot more demos.
Kind of like I was saying, though, it's like these demos are kind of going against their favor. You're putting your guys more out of position than you need to be.
Exactly.
But then again, there's that demo, J Marsh on Camo.
Right.
So now as soon as they start doing that, then SVSU is going to try and adapt to it.
Exactly.
Oh,
read.
what a read. Hits the pose and it's out.
Doesn't get it.
Camo getting it out near the demo on J Marsh as well. It sends out a defender, or an attacker.
Entering the last minute of regulation. SVSU has some big boots to fill right now. Not
Bobby there.
impossible by any means.
Bobby's still with it. Man,
It's
trying to
gonna be
make some
awkward.
offense.
Yeah, they're playing heavily in the corner where they can't get very many
Camo.
shot opportunities.
Just too much traffic, too much congestion. Camo with it though. Might
Camo the possession opportunity. Misses that second touch.
doesn't have the boost.
Bumps a little bit across the goal line.
You're just holding your breath, hoping
Popping
someone
back up.
pops it in.
I know. It'd be really important for SVSU to try and break the shutout here, just for mentality purposes.
Camo going into the corner with it now. You're gonna receive this one. It's a pass, J Marsh. Pretty relatively easy.
Flick.
It's over. Oh, the shot's broken up. Bobby had a great A opportunity, but it was broken up by a Marywood player. It's up in the air. Bobby might have a shot. Gets bumped though.
I have to say,
near.
Marywood has very effective rotations. There's not been many times where there hasn't been a single time at all where they've been caught without a man with boost in the goal.
Yeah, I feel like the only times you only see it happen is when someone probably went for a demo or a bump
Exactly.
and just leaves one of their guys out of position.
Marywood taking it very commanding game 2.
Yeah, this is a turn of events. Especially since how close game 1 was, I figured it'd be a little bit closer, but
Right.
yeah, game 2, 3-0 shutout. Marywood just tying the series back up in dominant fashion. So
Yeah, and at this point, it's pretty easy to say that Marywood has a lot of the momentum here moving forward.
definitely.
You know, because it was very close. I mean, SVSU definitely could have won it in regulation of game 1, but winning it in overtime is much different than taking a 3-0 win in game 2. So SVSU has to take a deep breath, try and bounce back, forget about this game, honestly.
Yeah.
And play SVSU's game, not play Marywood's game.
Yeah, you know how you always talk about the timeout thing here too. You see that Near kind of took a little second to ready up, and I don't know if that maybe there's something going on he had to attend to at home or whatever. But
Probably just
taking a second, talk to your team for a second, try and lock back in, try and motivate yourself up a little bit here, and go into this game 3 and go for the win. You know.
Yeah, if you respond well, you can very well make it that game 2 was a fluke. And we see already getting a lot more offensive opportunity here. We'll see what we can get from it. Win on the 50 from Camo. He's going to send it back towards SVSU's net. They have to get a clear bump.
This bump, though, it goes across the goal.
That would have been a tough goal to score, having to make the bump and get the clear.
Yeah, good 50 from Bobby. Someone's going in for it. Camo's going to go.
Jacob's going to get it. Pass over to Slappa. It's going to be Jacob that receives it. Bobby over. There's
Marsh backed up for that. Yeah.
No man to receive that.
Ooh, nice hit from Jacob.
Noticing SVSU's their passing plays aren't connecting as much. That could be a big contributing factor to the outcome of the last game.
Yeah, I mean maybe that little conversation could have been just to settle down a little bit, get some nice bump there by Bobby.
Yeah,
see, that's when you need the bot. That's when you need those bumps and those demos right there.
Right. If you're a guy that's not in the play to save the ball, it's extremely important. Camo going up for it. He's just gonna abandon it. Jay Marsh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he recognized he just probably jumped way too soon for that.
Right.
Who knows?
Bobby gets that save.
It's across
Bobby
the
going
Marsh.
up for it. Has to get a read. Bobby getting a demo. Or Bobby getting demoed.
Yeah, that was a great save from Cam though. Or Camo. If you did not get that save, then would have been a goal.
Pass over to Slappa. It's met by Camo.
Once again, reading these shots pretty well as Camo.
Yeah. Slappa gonna bounce it, trying to play some
on
ping pong.
Yeah.
Over to Jay Marsh, who's gonna have a good double tap attempt.
Oh, it might go in. It goes in for Jay
in.
Marsh, and that's a goal for Marywood. 1-0.
That's a very broken play. I mean, Camo kind of did everything, not everything he could, but being very awkward, having to try and jump backwards like that makes it tough to try and save.
Yeah, there's nothing you can really do there, and it's just a really great play by Jay Marsh to get over Camo and get that double tap off the top of the crossbar there.
Jacob beating Camo to that ball, gets another double tap attempt, near able to meet it. We'll see who can come up there to meet it, Camo or Bobby.
Scores!
It's tied up.
Bobby!
That's one of those situations where you know maybe Marywood thought it was going off the post, because that looks like it's going off the post.
Off of the initial hit, that totally does, but it goes bar down. Even Jay Marsh saying nice one. I mean, top left corner. You really cannot get that any more perfect.
You essentially have to jump a split second after Bobby takes that shot to get it.
Especially, yeah. Jacob scores 2 right off the kickoff.
And it looks like maybe a little bit of a miss by Near. Oh, just the slightest touch. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I was gonna say he just get a smidge on it, just gets a piece of the bumper on it.
Very good final touch by Jacob, just to throw it off enough pixels to where they can't get the hit, can't make the save.
Yeah, especially, I believe Near was going at that like straight too. There was no like flipping motion, so when you're kind of smaller like that, it means that one extra hit does make a difference.
Oh, it makes a big difference. We see Jacob missing it, moving it big in the corner, tiniest touch from Near, Camo with a shot that gets saved.
He's sending it back in though. Ooh, Jay Marsh gets over Near. We have the Camo. There he is. Clearing it out harm's way.
Clear. Jacob misses that one. Camo gets a 50 that's going to be over to Slappa.
Oh, Bobby's trying to read it.
Yeah, Slappa with a fake. I can't say a fake challenge, but I guess a fake flick hit.
Oh, what a shot from Jay Marsh. It goes off the post.
That was a beautiful shot.
Yeah, you had a wide open right side of the net right there and just hits the post.
This hits over to Camo.
Camo! Yes! Scores!
Quick turnaround recognition. And it's nothing complicated. You can just see, boop, in between the two defenders, and there's
nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
67 mile per hour shot, too. Right between the two defenders that would have been there to get it.
those are the goals that I hate being a defender for, because I'm like, I know I couldn't have done anything about that, but
But
it
you wish you
hurts.
could have. Yeah.
Right.
And that's a good passing play from SVSU. I know we've been
Absolutely
talking
is.
about them kind of missing theirs, and that's a good one right there. Great
Passing
save
plays are
from Camo.
important. Yeah, good read from Camo. Popping it up too. I think that was his intention on that angle. This is gonna be over to Bobby. Flick on to Camo. Camo picks up 100 boost. Gets a 50.
Almost beat the
Good
defender there.
Yeah, good flick on by Bobby.
You're not able to do much with it. Camo's beaten there. Bobby's
gonna
swinging it
send
back
this one
in.
back in. Camo looking to get some bumps, do a little bit of disruptor, some wrecking crew.
Bobby, no boost.
Just gonna spin around.
Oh, it's on the cross with Near. No boost as well. Camo comes back in.
Scores!
That's the lead for SVSU right now in this crucial game 3.
We have 3 minutes and 33 seconds played so far. Minute and 27 seconds to go.
This has been a thrilling game 3.
Extremely thrilling game.
Another good passing play here, and good on both. Just Camo to pick it up, you know,
And
after hitting the crossbar there,
and that was one of those plays where if that ball didn't go in, it would have been a goal for Marywood.
Oh, exactly.
SVSU was so heavily invested in that, but I mean, you have such a wide open goal. It's such a broken play.
You got Bobby Near on the goal line, essentially no boost, and yeah, Camo has to make that
Pass
shot.
over, saved by Slappa. Good shot from Bobby.
Bobby's coming down Main Street with that one.
Near trying to send it back over. 50 from Camo. See what can happen in the last minute of gameplay
Bobby to
here.
Camo.
Anything.
Camo's way too
Heading
far
back
away.
towards SVSU's goal. Camo making the save and is able to get possession, get it past one,
Good
make
clear,
the
too.
second man retreat. Near.
Good 50. It's Bobby sends it
Bobby
back up.
pops it up.
Playing possession right now. Gets it back down in the corner. Still has it.
Over to Camo. It's going to be met by Jacob first. Smart play from Camo to not commit to that.
Good play by Near to break that up. Camo in the corner again.
Camo
Getting broken up by
gets beaten
Slappa.
by Slappa. Jacob's there. 15 seconds to go. This is a good shot opportunity for Marywood. It's going to drop down. Who's there? Camo's
Camo
there.
on the post.
It's going to be mid. Bobby off the post.
Camo
Saved
is there
by
to break
Camo.
it up.
5, 4, 3.
Anything can happen
Anything
here.
can happen. Near with no boost. SVSU, no
Need
boost.
to break it up. It's right in front of the net too.
It is. It's going to drop.
And there it is, game 3 for SVSU. What a comeback win for SVSU here too. They went
Definitely.
down 2-0, didn't
Yes, did go down
they?
2-0.
That is wild. So that means that they 3 goals
3 unanswered
straight
goals.
unanswered. Yeah, Camo this time with the 2 goals, 4 saves for Camo too, especially that one at the end. Really keeps the
Crucial.
team going. Yeah, crucial.
Crucial.
Quite literally crucial save. You don't want to go into overtime, you know.
Again.
Especially if you're the one up, you know, before the tying goal happens. So,
Exactly. And
yeah.
yeah, it's good. You know, Bobby and Near kind of made the win on game 1. Near had the goal. Bobby had 2 goals. Camo obviously always shows up. I mean, all 3 of these players are always showing up. I don't know why I say it like that, but it's cool to see that like the top of the leaderboard is not the same guy every single time.
Yeah,
You'll see Bobby at the top, Near at the top, Camo at the top. It doesn't necessarily matter.
It shows you that, you know, everyone in this team can be like a dynamic offensive or defensive weapon at any time. You know, you're not looking just to box out one of these players because the other one might show up and you know, not in a bad way, but you know what I mean in terms of like, you know, Bobby or Near or Camo at any time can just pop off and do something miraculous.
I feel bad. I saw in the corner that Sync lost connection. I don't know who Sync is, but we lost him.
Sadness.
This is sad. I imagine it's a sub for the other team or something.
Probably, because we're still going and nothing has been said. So,
Yeah.
game 4, SVSU at match point. Either they got to win this one to close it out, or we're going to game 5.
Anything can happen here. I don't know. It's always these first few seconds of a match when I don't know what to say.
Because it's so scary.
It's
You're just
scary.
Like, all right, everyone gets settled in. You know.
It's scary, and unless there's a kickoff goal, everything's going I can't say it's going a little bit slow, but you know, it's different.
Hold on. First minute of the match is not as stressful as the last minute usually.
Yeah. The first minute of the match
Good
is
bump there.
either the a score fest.
Saved by Camo.
Yeah.
from
Really good,
Kmart.
really good line drive shot.
I know, that was a
Camo
heavy
missed him
shot.
that first one, but bumped Slappa. Says if I can't get the ball, neither can you. If I can't have it, nobody can. Bobby looking to meet that, going over.
You know, I'll give him credit though. He totally messed up J Marsh.
He
there.
definitely. I don't think J Marsh was expecting.
Ooh, that almost
Such
goes
a close
in.
save from Jacob. I don't think J Marsh was expecting Bobby to challenge that again after getting beat.
Yeah, he was very like tenacious with that one, just sticking with it. J Marsh was
agree.
probably like, oh no, I'm about to get demoed, you know. So he probably freaked out.
Right. Getting a quick air demo
Near.
in that. Near making some plays here in the corner.
For Bobby too. Years in that corner too. If he might 50 that, but doesn't.
Yeah, wasn't able to. Didn't have enough boost, which can't get more boost than that. I think he was at 100, but
Camo going.
Can't always be.
Oh, he goes out the corner and just sails back down to
it's gonna
earth.
be back over to Bobby.
Nice shot. Oh, if only Bobby followed up with there. Comes Camo though, kind of playing slow. Just
Yeah.
waiting for him to make a move. No
Right.
boost, obviously, but
Yeah, just some
Surveying,
good
you know.
old-fashioned car soccer. Driving the car, pass to Bobby.
driving the
Bobby's
car.
gonna set it up. See Jacob.
Broken up by Camo.
Very important that it was broken up by Camo. Pass from J Marsh to J Marsh.
Ooh, got past two, but not Bobby. Bobby was in the back waiting for it.
Yeah, I think his team rotated on defense a little bit quicker, and they definitely could have capitalized off of that. But can't blame them for rotating back and playing it safe in a 0-0 game,
Especially
in a must-win situation.
Get 2 games, must win to keep moving on. You might as well be playing safe.
You got to play it safe, but not too safe.
Slappa scores.
And that's that top left. That's a really hard save to make.
I know, we were just talking about this. No, good shot, and you see Bobby just turn around going the other way. It's that happening, and Camo probably is going for boost. Yeah, top left corner, especially in position Bobby is. He's, down to the right, going the wrong way. No way you can make that save. Good shot from Slappa.
We have them finding an opportunity for a kickoff goal again.
Save from Camo on Slappa.
Extremely necessary save.
Off the kickoff, too,
Yeah,
once again. That's going.
Near makes a save. He's got time. A little bit. Never mind.
Yeah, he's going to have to challenge. There it is.
Incorrect. Near giving it back to Camo. Everybody's boostless except for Camo.
They might be coming for this one. Likes to play it safe. Just extremely fair.
I don't blame him.
Oh.
Near just trying to pop it up for Camo. This gives Jacob an opportunity for a shot.
Near gets the clear,
2
though.
minutes.
Bobby gets the next hit. Camo, though, in the corner. Camo and Bobby.
Over one.
Camo!
Scores!
Tie game!
3 minutes played. 2 to go.
And this is
Tie game.
This is all Camo here. Good bump out the corner, and just able to get a quick shot. Beats the Marywood player trying to break up his shot, and the Marywood defenseman on goal too. Very nice. Just is able to get it off quick enough. Really, this
Bobby,
name the game.
getting a boostless demo. Wow.
Yeah, that was really weird. I think Camo might have just done the same thing too.
Really a good decision making from Near, but not the best of touches.
Yeah.
Well, that's an awkward touch to want to make off that back wall, but I commend what his decision making.
I mean, if you're in that position when you're Near, you're probably thinking, I just got to hit this. You know?
Exactly. They're not crashing net so heavily that bumps.
Ooh.
That could have been really bad bumps with
I
how
thought that
close all
was
the
a-
SVSU players were. This is
Nice
stalling.
fade from Camo. I thought that was a triple SVSU
Bobby with
bump
the
for a
demo. We'll
second.
see what's going on here. Once the camera changes, scores! I don't know what happened.
What happened? I mean, I did see that he made this clearing attempt. Bobby demos.
That was the demo, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone was up there committing for it.
I
I was
was-
still relatively close to this kickoff too, so you're probably thinking they don't got that much boost. But 2-1,
Right.
Camo off of pretty much a clear.
I was kind of thinking that, like, I didn't hear the ball get hit. Another demo. Bobby. He was trying to get a 50 there to just make it pop up in the mid for third man or second
Yeah.
man.
Oh no!
Fake challenge. It leaves Camo in an awkward spot, especially getting bumped by Slappa. I won't say that name.
It is a good name. We haven't seen a good name like that in a while.
I know. This is going to be an awkward one for SVSU to get. Camo's going to try and catch it, pops it up, keeps moving forward, gets it past J Marsh. Is going to be met by Jacob. Stall
Up,
ball
though.
in the air.
Oh no! I think Bobby was going to try and go up for it, but I think he elected for Near to go up instead. Jacob trying to pass it back to the middle for J Marsh. Ooh!
Demo on Camo, or demo on J Marsh.
And it's
Slap
going to
it.
go in again.
Score!
Bobby! It's 3-1, 34 seconds remaining. Yeah, that demo opens it wide open.
I am going
And Bobby just able to get a hit off where he is demoed.
I
and
am
that
electing.
scores
I am
goal.
electing to delay my analyses for at least 34 seconds.
Well, hey, we can see the ball, you know, stay
I'm
alive.
going
for
to
a
still
bit.
cast. I'm going to say what's happening, but I am not going to give any input. Jacob going for a passing play here, gets
Gets
bumped off the
bumped
ball.
wildly. It was near.
He does get
Slappa
beat by
beats him.
Slappa. It's going to go
That's
mid.
it.
Score!
Score! Jacob!
20 seconds.
It's not out of sight for Marywood as they make it clear they're still in this game. It's 3-2, 20 seconds remaining. They're able to get that goal in 20 seconds of gameplay.
And this is one of those points when it's complicated. You don't exactly know how to play Rocket League. Well,
What?
Marywood is going to be running and gunning to try and,
Oh, it's all
what have they got
offense
to
for them.
lose? Right.
Yeah.
What have they got to lose? How do you play against that? You're not used to playing against that a whole lot.
With 10 seconds remaining, though, and you're just holding your breath if you're SVSU.
Absolutely.
Or if you're
Camo
me and
playing
Thomas.
possession. Yeah, we're just trying to yap and pretend that we're not nervous. 1 second remaining. Anything can happen here.
Boxing them out! They win!
And SVSU is advancing to round 3 of nationals. What is that? It's the quarter or the semifinals. I cannot remember. Believe it's semis.
We
but
don't know. But regardless,
It's next Thursday.
it's next Thursday. It means we're back next Thursday for Rocket League. Oh, I'm so excited.
Unbelievably close series. What a game by both teams.
Yes.
I mean, Marywood, they scared me in that first minute of game 1. I'm going to be extremely
It scared
honest.
me in game 2.
Well, game 2 was scary. I took that as like you got too comfortable. You got that overtime win game 1. Getting 2 game 1 wins in a row.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Crack the knuckles a little bit, not what you want to do.
Yeah.
I was very scared in that first minute of game 1 because they got that quick goal, and some of the passing plays they had just looked extremely high level, like Supersonic Legend level, and I was like, oof, scary. But they were able to take game 1. Game 2, I think was a bit of a fluke. It was 3-0.
Yeah.
Every other game was a 1-goal difference, wasn't it?
I believe so. Not too sure.
Because game 3 they came back from a 2-0 deficit, won 3-2.
Yep.
Game 4 they just won
3-2.
3-2.
Because Marywood got that one goal towards the end.
So all of these have been 1-goal games, and these were extremely close games to watch.
Yeah. No, I mean, kind of once again, though, A-Team getting that game 1 victory, I feel like does so much to that your morale just playing the whole series.
Extremely important, and important to mention that this didn't go to game 5.
Yeah.
Finishing it in game 4 is another big thing too.
But really, if you think about it, though, with that game 1, like, imagine if you lose that game by 1 goal, right? It's a good game, but you go into game 2 and you have that 3-0, you get the shutout, you get that loss, you're down 2-0 now.
All of a sudden, you have to reverse sweep.
All of a sudden, you have to reverse sweep, and that totally changes the whole game. So I feel like that was very crucial. And it was a really weird, like, demo for Marywood. Like, that was her whole strategy for game 1. Didn't work out. It kind of seemed like SVSU changed their whole strategy to that, too, in game 2, and it didn't work out either. So you kind of saw with those last 2 games, just kind of them settling into the rotations and just, kind of going shot for shot almost, and just trying to see who can outscore the other. And SVSU able to take those 2 games. And
yeah, and it's important to mention.
Really weird series, but
it's important to mention after game 2 in our analyses, we talked about less demos, less bumps when they're not crucial, and more passing plays. And I think exactly what we noticed is a lot more passing plays.
Yes.
You noticed that there was the guys were communicating with each other, and the biggest frustrating factor of a lot of those earlier games is they would get caught in SVSU's defensive half or their defensive third even. They'd be fighting off shot after shot, and they would get a good clear, but there would be nobody to meet that clear on SVSU's side. And then the third man, whether it be Jacob or Slappa or J Marsh, one of them, would just be able to clear it back in. And then you have first and second man to keep hounding the goal over and over again.
Yes.
And so it makes you wary because boost only respawns so fast. And you can only defend without boost so much. So if you're constantly clearing and letting them just send it back in, letting them send it back in, you're setting yourself up for failure. Yeah,
also, once you're out of position, too, you're kind of floundering for saves. There's no order to it anymore, and eventually, at some point, there's going to be a double commit, a triple commit, and maybe you'll save one, but not the next one.
Right. All of a sudden, you're diving like a '90s goaltender.
Yeah, you're just trying to do anything you can to keep the ball from getting out of the net, but then when it goes wrong like that, and you're out of rotation, you're out of your element, you have no boost. You can't take it anymore. You're like, come on, does someone get a good clear? And it doesn't happen. And that's when the goals go in. And so A-Team will be moving on, and we'll be here next week. That's what that means.
3rd round of nationals,
which we don't know if that's either quarter or semi, but
the fact that we're in a round for nationals that has the word finals in the title, fantastic
You know
job.
what? That is great. And it is awesome that we've been able to do that too with Division 4, especially for A team.
We've gotten word that unfortunately our SVSU white team was not able to perform the generational upset.
Being the first seed, I
Yeah,
believe.
beating the first seed as the 16th seed. Unsure on exact scores, perhaps a sweep. If they took a game, I think that's cause for celebration.
Yeah. So
'Cause-
that is unfortunate though. That means that B team and C team were both knocked out in game 1, and we weren't able to stream it. Which is just kind of how it goes, I guess, because you're
But it-
always gonna look to stream A team.
But I mean, very quickly, I think it's important to mention just the fact that all three teams were able to make it to nationals in
Yeah.
the first place. You know, C team, they're just kind of, I can't say that, well, like they're good at the game, but I'm on C team. We're all just guys that do it for fun. we enjoy doing what we do, and so especially there's a lot of rank disparity between divisions 6 to 8. Or even divisions 5 to 8. Like there's rank disparity in all of it, but it gets pretty close because you're looking at individual MMR when you get into the higher ranks. But when it comes to like high diamond, champ, high champ, low grand champ, even it's hard to pair teams against each other. And so I didn't do much research on the first seed, University of Denver, but I would not be surprised if they had a grand champ 1 on their team, or like 2 champ 3s or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like going into that match as a 16th seed, I don't want to go in saying that you expect to lose, but if you take a game, it's fantastic. I mean, you're playing the 1 seed, they're the best. They're the best in the nation in Division 7 Rocket League.
Yeah.
And so you have some big hurdles to climb. And while we weren't able to see their game, I'm sure they played fantastically. And what's most important is think of all the learning experience we've gotten along the way of playing against these schools that we're not familiar with. We've seen some unconventional play styles, like the demo heavy in Marywood and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, like you were saying, it is just a testament that all 3 of our Rocket League teams did make it to the Nationals tournament in some facet, which is just quite awesome. And it's awesome that A team is going on too here. And I was kind of worried too, because I will say with game 2, it was kind of painting out the same way in terms of like they won game 1, they won game 3, and I was like, oh man, we're about to go to see game 5, right?
I know.
But they're able to win that game 4 and close out the series there. Honestly, do better the second game than the first game if you really like to think about it like that.
But I'm glad you mentioned that point after watching second game and seeing third game they win it again. I was thinking the exact same thing. I didn't want to announce it and make it come to fruition, but I was like, won game 1, lost game 2, won game 3.
We've been here long enough. I think we've realized the cast is cursed, you know. And
yeah.
we've been able to quell that until after a round is over.
Hence why I said I am heating my analyses for at least 34 seconds.
Yeah, you just say what's happening on screen. You shut up.
And I couldn't even stop myself. I still analyzed the game. I was like, it's hard to play Rocket League right now.
No, it really is when you get to those situations where it's like, whatever, all offense.
Right.
You know, we have nothing to lose. You might as well, you know.
It's so different playing defense against that because it's like, okay,
and now the pressure's on you. Okay, I gotta hold this lead for 30 seconds.
Right.
And you've held that lead for. It could have been the whole game you held the lead, but when it gets down to the last minute, you're like, oh no, you know, you're
and in
freaking out.
Such an all or nothing offense style, you don't get that comfort of, okay, we made a good save, got a good clear. They have to rotate so they don't get scored on.
Yeah.
They don't care. When you're down 1 and it's all or nothing right here, right now, you're just going to keep hammering and hammering and hammering. And so then I know I have trouble playing defense against that in situations like that. Mainly, I don't see those situations in any CC Rocket League or any competitive Rocket League. It's just in my best of 3s in the tournament finals. Yeah. But you know, I think there's a little bit of translation. But you see a lot of people playing all or nothing where they're like, whatever, what have we got to lose? It's so hard to defend against because you don't have those same comforts that you take for granted.
Yeah. Regardless, though, SVSU Red was able to do it, pull off the double header, get 2 wins, and now they're moving on next week where they're only playing 1 game. And I believe that we're moving into a best of 7. Which I'm not too sure. I think we are, though, which would be awesome to watch. You always love the best of 7 series.
If we're following standard playoff format, it is going to be a best of 7 because I do remember in the fall round of playoffs that we played 2 best of 5s and they switched to best of 7s.
Yep. Well, obviously we'll let you know when we get there, but hey, that means that next week, Thursday, hopefully after everyone is done with their finals on campus here, we're having Rocket League. We're doing some Rocket League, and it's just awesome. And that's gonna be awesome too,
And
because we're done. We don't have to worry about school anymore.
yeah,
we can just
and you know
we can just
what?
do Rocket League at night.
And you know what, Doug? I was scheduling my shifts earlier today for my work outside of this place because we're so handsomely.
Wait, we don't do this for a living?
No, but believe it or not, this comes out of the joy in our hearts and the love for the esport.
Yeah.
But I was doing my scheduling earlier today, and I had a shift for next Thursday, but I was like, I got a feeling. I was like, I don't know. I think I should not schedule something for next Thursday. And man, would I be so disappointed if I'd be sitting in this chair right now and I couldn't cast our next round of nationals.
Yeah.
We've been here. It's been you and me, Doug. We've been here all year.
We've been here for.
You've been here longer.
Way too many. Well, you and I have been here for like a lot of weeks, like consecutively, like too many weeks. Like I have no idea. Months, years.
Well, then you casted this year as I was behind the screen years before that. The Rocket League team, through the casting team, our esports team, has become one big family.
Oh yeah.
Like just in general, and maybe that's what's carrying us so far is family and love.
Vin Diesel.
Take like a quarter mile at a time. Anyway, I believe we've done enough yapping.
Yes,
I believe we're starting to stray away from analyses and announcements. We want to thank you so very much for watching this fantastic and historical night.
Yeah.
I mean, so far, we had a historical night of Rocket League Red winning the grand championship in the fall season. Now this is the farthest, once again, that a team has ever made it, as far as I know. We have our Smash Brothers team that made nationals as well, and I believe they got 17th out of 34 overall, if I'm correct in the announcement that I saw. That is slightly up for debate, so do not quote me on that. And then while talking to one of the Overwatch esports players, they said that they have their first round of nationals tomorrow, and they had some of the seating switched up. But lots of big things happening in the esports department here at SVSU. We're very excited for y'all to be a part of it. Yeah. And we hope that you continue to tune in. We'll be here a similar time next Thursday, but we'll be making an announcement so you can get the exact times on when you want to tune in. But we want to thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you next week. And this has been SVSU Rocket League. We'll see you later.
Take care.